Okay, so welcome to the stream, anybody and everybody that's listening. We are now watching the. I'm going to be giving you a live play-by-play reaction to the Texans versus the Lions. This is a big game for Detroit. Unfortunately, Jared Goff just threw an interception that put the Texans within striking range. They're currently at the Lions' 7-yard line. And we're about 7:50 to go in the first quarter for the Texans here. And we're currently on commercial break, but the Texans are within striking range here. It's going to be, it looks like they're on their own 7-yard line, or it looks like on the Lions' 7-yard line. We'll see if the Lions defense can get a stop. Second and goal now. All right, C.J. Stroud in the backfield alone, 3 receivers out to his right, sends a man in motion. To C.J. Stroud hands it to his man off to his left. He's wide open. That's going to be touchdown Texans. Houston Texans with the first score of the game. That's going to make it 6-7. No good. No good. No good. Defense and offense both firing on all cylinders for the Texans. It was an efficient drive all the way down the field. Kirby Joseph lays a hit on him, but he's already across the marker. Oof, that's rough. Well, we haven't been able to see much. There wasn't much of an offensive rally. They basically went 3 and out, and there wasn't much of a. They didn't put up much. They certainly didn't put up much of a defense on that drive. But it's hard when you're that far down range, down the field. It's hard when you're that far down the field. And it wasn't necessarily a bad throw from Goff. It just got tipped up. I don't know the name of the defender on the Texans, but it just got tipped up, and so that was rough. I've been asked a couple of different times, and by the way, we're on commercial break, so you're not missing a thing. I've been asked a couple of different times about Zadarius Smith and what I think about his acquisition. And I'd like to talk a bit about that today. Well, it's unfortunate that you lose Aiden Hutchinson as early in the year as you do. But the fact that the Lions, people were saying the Lions need to go and get somebody. They need to go out and at least add somewhat to this defensive line. It wasn't just Hutch that was out. We lost Davenport earlier in the year. We've also lost Josh Pascal. So 3 of our starters, and I believe there was one more, but his name isn't coming to me. 3 of our starters were out at some point in the season. And so there's no question that we need to go out and get pass rush. The question is who are we going to get? Now, every diligent Lions fan or any legitimate Lions fan understands that Brad Holmes will refuse to mortgage the future of this organization and to give up too much draft capital. He's built this team off of good draft picks. Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, a smart trade with the Rams to acquire Jared Goff, Aiden Hutchinson. You're talking about pillars of our team that were acquired through the draft. And we also have some later round picks that are huge performers for us. So I no Lions fan saw this team mortgaging its future with on too much draft capital. That being said, I believe we gave up a 5th rounder and a 6th rounder for Zadarius Smith, which I think is well worth it. Those are 2 third-day picks, and the likelihood that anyone taken in that portion of the draft is likely going to be a project. Somebody that you're going to have to develop, somebody that you're going to have to coach up. They're not going to be NFL ready. They likely won't be a starter, and a lot of those guys get cut from the team and never make it to their first season. So that being said, to get a 2-time Pro Bowler, or I think either 2-time or 3-time Pro Bowler in Zadarius Smith, I think is a huge addition and a necessary one. We desperately needed pass rush. That's just the name of the game. The fact that we were able to get him is huge. And so it looks like we're coming back from commercial break, and Houston's getting ready to kick it away to the Lions, who are looking to receive. Lions received the ball at the first half, which means the Texans will see the ball at the beginning of the second half. Lions now field the ball in the end zone and take a knee. Jared Goff and the offense trotting out to see what they can do on their second visit to the field. Looking to see some more production from the run game here. A big way Houston's going to be able to shut us down, or any team for that matter is going to be able to shut us down, is if they get to our run game. If they're able to stop the dual threat, Montgomery and Gibbs, that'll be huge for them. Let's see some more production out of this. Jared Goff under center with Montgomery in the backfield. Goff adjusting the play, pointing out the defense. Goff sends a man in motion, takes the snap, hands to Montgomery, who goes up the middle, and will only get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard, but not much more than that. We're going to bring up second down here. And so, like I was saying, the offense for the Lions, as good as a quarterback that Jared Goff is, it starts with the run game. And we need to see some quality production. Goff under center with Montgomery in the backfield again. They fake the handoff, and Goff, looking to throws deep downfield to Jameson Williams, and it's almost picked off. Goff was a little bit short. J-Mo had to ease up on the gas, and it gave the defender time to catch up with him. Oh, man. It was in and out of the breadbasket. In and out of the breadbasket for the Texans DB. And it really should have been picked off. It should have been picked. It was just not long enough of a throw. And we are lucky. We are super lucky. Goff in the backfield. Back to his right. 3rd and 10 now. From their own 30. Goff takes the snap. Elects to throw. Has time. And they were going to blow it dead. Flags on the field. And that's going to be delay of game in the Lions. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. This isn't good. This is not good. The offense is looking a little unorganized, and Houston's defense is showing up right now. It's showing up. Jameson Williams was open on the play, but Goff just slightly underthrew him. He had to slow down, and it gave the DB time to undercut the route. Goff in the backfield alone, but Montgomery trots up to his left. Goff, 3rd and 15 from their own 25. Goff takes a snap, elects to throw, looking for a man, has time, gets it off, dumps it off to Laporta, who's going to get back to the 35, more like the 34, and he's going to be short of the first down marker by about 6 yards. And the Lions are going to elect to punt this one away, or so we think. Because Dan Campbell's a tricky SOB. I remember watching him, I believe it was against the Vikings, fake the punt early in the ball game in their own territory, and did not go well so far this year. So I hope they rely on Jack Fox's leg and they get it away. Punt is away, and there's elect to receive. They're going to get up to the 35 to the 30, 40, and going to go down at the 42 somewhere. So a great reception and not a great punt. Well, the Texans are in control in their own house. Not ideal. And so let's see what this Lions defense looks like. Zadarius Smith is not active for this game. He's currently inactive. I think it's smart to give him some rest and let him get adjusted to this Lions defense and not just throw him in right away. I think that's very wise. That being said, it's you want to rush him in because as Lions fans, we're desperate to see more production out of the defensive line. I think the coaches are being smart by throttling him into the system and not just throwing him out there. I think it's ultimately a wise decision, but it's what they got to do. They've determined that this is the right decision to throttle him into the defense, so he is not active for today. Now, as far as the defense and the things I'm going to be looking for, of course, we want to make sure that Terrion Arnold, specifically our rookie cornerback, is trying to keep down the penalties as much as possible. Earlier in the year, he was one of the most flagged, if not the most flagged, defensive player in the league. I believe that was 3 or 4 games into the season. He's gotten certainly better than that. He's certainly gotten better as the games have gone on, but at one point he was the most flagged defensive back in the league, and so that's something that we're going to want to make sure, or that's something we want to be diligent at. If you're the Lions defense, you want to make sure that they're keeping the penalties to a minimum. You know, this isn't Alabama. This is the pro league. You can't just keep your hands all over a guy and expect to not get the flag thrown. That being said, so we're looking to minimize penalties specifically from the coverage in the secondary. I would love to see Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, our 2 safeties, get a few takeaways today. I think it's possible. C.J. Stroud has been on a bit of a streak in terms of throwing interceptions, and so I think it's entirely possible we'll see some takeaways, and it'll be big because as of right now, in the first quarter, the Lions are losing the turnover battle. Now, it's only give or take 9 minutes into the game, but Goff has thrown not an interception, but it wasn't his fault. It was tipped up in the air, and it was wobbling up there, hovering for a while, and it was grabbed by the Houston DB, and so that's can't really be helped. But that was what happened. So, yep. So I'm looking and expecting to see hopefully a takeaway by the secondary this time. I'd love to see some pressure. I believe Josh Pascal's back in this game. Aleem McNeil will get his too, as long as he's not double covered. But we'll see. We're now 1st and 10 here. Texans are starting at their own 43. CJ Stroud elects to throw and dumps it off to the right side. And the wide receiver is going to get pushed out of bounds for a gain of about 8. And so, this game for the Texans is going to ride and die on their running backs, similar to the Lions, although their running game is going to be a little less dynamic. They have they only really have one high-level back. Okay, C.J. Stroud is under center with a back in the backfield. C.J. snaps the ball and fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's going to get off the pass off, and it's caught for a gain of about 7 or 8 down the field. That's going to be Tank Dell on the reception. It's going to bring up a Texans first down. Big thing for the Lions defense, Stroud is a mobile quarterback. He's not the most athletic in the league, but he certainly is mobile. And so containing him is going to be huge as well today. Stroud under center, back in the backfield. Stroud takes a snap, hands to his back, who's going to get to the line of scrimmage, but be brought down for only a gain of about 1. Carlton Davis Jr. met him on the edge and wrapped him up pretty well. So it looks like Josh Pascal is not starting today. Looks like Levi Uzarike is in for Josh Pascal. And so we do not see Pascal today. All right, it's now 2nd and about 8 for the Texans. 2nd and 9 at their Lions 39. C.J. Stroud takes a snap and looks to throw. Rush is coming, but they have a screen pass. They're going to be out to the 35 to the 30. To the 25 to the 20. He has an edge and a blocker to the 10 to the 5. He's going to be brought down at the 3. That's not good. That's not good. They're driving on us. It's 1st and goal, Texans. Texans offense looking dynamic. Looking absolutely dynamic. And it looks like some sort of screen pass out to the running back who was there for the dump off. 1st and goal at their Lions 4. Mixon is going to be brought short just by a yard. Oh, but we got a flag, and the Lions player seems to be confident it's a hole. And it is. Holding on the Texans, that's going to back them up. Okay. First and goal again for the Houston Texans. They're now at the Lions 12. Stroud under center, sends a man in motion, hands it off, and Nixon's going to get up the middle for a gain of about 2. And it looks like a Texans player is limping off the field. That's going to be one of their offensive linemen. Cheers for Let's Go Lions can be heard in the stands. Sounds like the Lions have a pretty good turnout in terms of fans at the game. Which, that's quite a bit of ways. That's a good travel distance. I think it's about 15 hours, at least, to drive from Michigan to Texas. Second and goal now at the Lions 11. CJ Stroud in the backfield with the back to his right. CJ takes the ball, electing to throw. He's looking across the field, steps up, and airs it out just over the head of his receiver, and that's going to bring up third down. Smart decision making by Stroud just to get rid of the ball. It'd be huge for the Lions to hold their offense to a field goal here. It's a big ask. The Texans have had good field position now, twice in a row. Texans now, third and goal at the Lions 11. CJ Stroud in the backfield alone. CJ takes the snap, looking to throw. Has plenty of time. Has a man come off the edge. He's mobile, rolling out to his left. Tries to make a man miss, but we get him. Sacked in the backfield. That's Houston. I don't know who that is. I don't know. I think that's somebody we've elevated from the practice squad. I'm sorry, that's James Houston. James Houston's our edge player. Apologies. All right, well, the Texans are electing to kick the field goal here. 34-yard attempt. The kick is up, and it is straight down the middle. Well, that's two solid drives to begin this game for the Texans, and the Lions' defense is getting worked early here. Texans are now over the Lions. It's going to be 10-7. And so a good first quarter here if you're the Texans, as we're nearing the end of it here, at least the first quarter. Rough showing for the Detroit Lions, especially on offense. It's encouraging to see our defense able to stop the Texans, especially on first and goal, which at one point was at our own 5. That's huge. But the fact remains, our offense has been non-productive. Our running game's been getting stopped, and Goff has been a little off. And we don't like it when Goff is off. We like it when Goff is on. And now I'm a big believer in Goff. I'm certainly not a Jared Goff hater. His performance over the last 6 games has just been absolutely immaculate. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the stats. I'll give you a reminder if you have forgotten. Goff is 82% in terms of his completion percentage over the last few games. Jared Goff, over the last 6 games, he has in fact thrown more touchdowns than he has had incompletions over the last 6 games. That's fantastic. That's huge. That's MVP caliber stuff. And so I'm not too worried. This offense is dynamic enough, and Ben Johnson is enough of an offensive mastermind that we're going to figure it out. If there's a gap in that defense that the Texans have, the Lions are going to try to play to that weakness. However, if the Lions get any further behind, if they go down on 2-3 scores instead of 1.5, if they go down 2 or 3 scores, this game is going to get put in Jared Goff's arm. I like Goff. I don't like purely relying on the passing attack for this Lions team. We have great receivers. We have a really good quarterback. But the Lions' game plan is best played when the dynamic run game is just as efficient, if not more so, than our dynamic passing attack. The fact of the matter is, to stay in this game and for the Lions to stay in control, the run game's going to have to pick up here. The run game, we're going to have to bully the Texans at the line, and we're going to have to establish our dominance there. Now, a big issue that we're facing right now, I know that Taylor Decker is not in. So we're missing a key component of our offense in our protection. It's going to affect how often they're going to be able to get to Goff. Although I haven't seen the pressure get to him super hard yet. I don't think they've sacked us. The Texans have kicked it away now, and Lions receiving their end zone. They're going to take a knee, and that'll come out to their own 30. So let's see. Today we have one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL, no question. The question is now, how is Ben Johnson going to use his tools here? How is Ben Johnson going to use his different pieces to break apart this Houston defense, which is a formidable defense, but not by any means one of the better ones we've played so far this year. Goff in the backfield with Gibbs to his right. Goff fakes the handoff, looking to throw, has good protection, rolls out to his right. Looks like he's going to try to throw it away, airs it out just over Laporta's head, and it's going to be incomplete. And so, good coverage again here by the Texans. All right, 2nd and 10 now. Lions have elected to throw on the first portion of the drive. Goff goes under center with Gibbs in the backfield. 2nd and 10 now at their own 30. Goff hands it off to Gibbs, who bounces out to the left and shakes one man, but can't shake the second. Is running backwards and is gonna get tackled for just a huge loss. A huge loss. Oh God. This is a loss. It's a loss of 6 on the play. And like we're talking about, the run game isn't getting established here. The Texans are defending these guys heavily, and they're meeting us at the line. They're meeting us at the line of scrimmage, and now we're at 3rd and 16, which is practically impossible to convert. Practically impossible. I would expect the Texans to play safe coverage here. Goff has time, throws, and gets it to Jameson Williams. And even though I said it's impossible to convert, Goff makes a huge throw and gets it to Williams for a gain of probably 20. It's just before the 50-yard line there. Huge completion by Jared Goff. And we're back in business now. 1st and 10. Jameson Williams actually fumbles this ball initially, but then on the second attempt, scoops it in, and he gets us to, I believe, I apologize, the 45. So, huge gain here. 1st and 10 now at the Lions' own 47. Goff steps back, dumps it off to Gibbs, who's on the right side, shakes the first tackler, and gets a gain of about 5 in the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down. All right, we're in business. We're getting it going here. We're getting it going. Let's make them think. Let's make them adapt. Let's tire them out here. Let's tire them out. Goff now under center with Gibbs in the backfield at the Texans' 49. It's 2nd and 6. Goff reading the defense, adjusting the play. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. They did not get the playoff. It's going to be brought. They're just going to take it to the end of the first quarter here. 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. They're going to go to commercial break, so you're not missing a thing. That's what we're talking about, man. That's what we're talking about. Now, I know I said it was practically impossible to convert, and statistically that's true. But Goff's a great quarterback, man, and Jameson Williams is a beast across the center and down the field. He's going to hurt you. He's going to hurt you because he can so easily get that step. He's got a killer double move, and he is agile as anyone in this league. Now, he doesn't have the best hands. That's on record. But nevertheless, if you can make the man miss, if you can get enough separation, you don't need the best hands in the league. You just need to be able to catch the well-thrown ball. Goff can do that. And so there you go. A 3rd and 16, an improbable conversion, converted by our Detroit Lions. And that's how it's done, baby. That's perfect. Now, they're trying to get the run game involved here. It doesn't look like running it up the middle. Our offensive line is being quite as effective. We've seen them now try to dump it off to Gibbs on the right side on some designed runs, some sweeps here. So we'll see what they elect to do to try to get the running game started here. It's going to be crucial to get them involved, whether that's Gibbs or Montgomery. So we're just going to have to see. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. We haven't seen Amon-Ra St. Brown get involved as much as I would like so far in this game. Now, the offense hasn't been on the field as much as we would like, certainly, either. But St. Brown, other than on the one run designed sweep play for him, doesn't have a ton of involvement yet. But we have a lot of weapons on this offense. We have a lot of weapons, and so it's just simply going to be a matter of time until he gets the ball in his hands. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're just going to want to see more out of him. Now, St. Brown is obviously our hands player. I mean, he's the guy we saw last week against Green Bay. He's the guy, if it's bad conditions, if it's high pressure, if it's a clutch situation, he's our man. No question about that. They took it to him on the out route against Green Bay, got the first touchdown of the game for the Detroit Lions. No question about that. You know, you have a lot of people that question his size in terms of his ability to be one of the more dynamic receivers in the league. I think his size is actually to his benefit. He's a built receiver. He's a built guy. I mean, all of these guys are, but he's not super long. He's not super lengthy like J-Mo. And so he can't really get lit up in the same way that J-Mo can. You know, I really worry about some of these super tall receivers. A lot of these DBs, especially in Detroit, and I won't say anything more on this except going for the knees is not illegal in the NFL. It is not even penalized. It's not punished. It's not fined. Goff under center, 2nd and 6 now with Gibbs in the backfield. Goff gives it to Gibbs, who gets back to the line of scrimmage and doesn't get a yard more. So the running game is being stopped. But it looks like the Texans anticipated that. I think they sent 6 on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd down again for the Lions. Let's see, 3rd and about 6 here, so they just made it to the line of scrimmage. Goff in the backfield with Montgomery to his right. 5 seconds on the game clock. Goff takes a snap, looks to throw, whips it down the middle of the field and hits Jameson Williams again. That's going to be gain of about 10 on the play. And that's going to be a Detroit Lions 1st down. Goff is putting it right where he needs to. He's actually a little behind Jameson Williams, but he had an absolutely great positioning of his body and was able to get the catch. Goff under center. And he's going to give it to Gibbs, who's going to get up the middle for a gain of about 5 or 4 when he's brought down there. Gibbs helped to his feet. Appears to be healthy. It's going to bring up second down now. Second down for the Detroit Lions. Well into Texans territory now. They're going to break the huddle. Goff's going to go under center, and Gibbs is going to go into the backfield. 2nd and 4 for the Detroit Lions. at the Texans 31. Goff sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Hands to Gibbs. Gibbs gets past the line of scrimmage and will be tackled just beyond it for a gain of about 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Detroit Lions. Third and short now. 3rd and 1 for the Detroit Lions. Detroit needs to respond here. Get their offense rolling. Third and 1 now. Goff in the backfield alone. Gibbs is lined up as a receiver. Goff with plenty of time, but he rolls out to his right. He's going to go for the first down himself. Runs out of bounds, and I think he got it. I think he got it. Goff with no defender on the right side of the field because Gibbs took him all the way up the field. Gets the first down and pretty much jaunts easily for the first down. Goff not the most mobile quarterback, but he can run when he needs to. Certainly not a track star, but you just saw him tuck the football and go as fast as he could to that first down marker. And there's no question he was running out of bounds. Goff in the backfield with the back to his right. Goff takes the snap, gives to Gibbs, who goes up the left side, makes it past the line of scrimmage, and will get a gain of about 5 on the play and bring up 2nd down. Boys are getting scrappy, pushing each other. Going to be 2nd and 5 now for the Detroit Lions. We're driving now. The run game may not look pretty, but it's efficient. They're getting the yardage they need, and they're getting us closer to the first down marker. So Goff is going to be in the backfield with the back to his right. Sends a man in motion to his right. We got 3 receivers on the right side. No one on the left. Goff is going to take the snap. Fakes the give. Looking to throw, rolling out to his right. And he has Laporta! That's a touchdown, Detroit Lions! Great throw to Sam Laporta. Goff, not always known to be the most mobile quarterback, or the most mobile throwing quarterback, but as he's rolling out to his right, he finds Sam Laporta, who has a step on his man, and they're going to get the touchdown. Excellent play. Excellent play. That's exactly what you need to see. Oh, what a throw on the run. Goff doing what he doesn't usually do. Goff is a pocket passer, but he was rolling out. Excellent throw off the back foot. And that's going to give us at least 6 points. Bates with the kick. That's going to make it 7. So the Lions are no slouches. They respond, and they're going to get some points on the board. 7-10 now, about halfway through the 2nd quarter. We appreciate you for watching. I'm going to get some water, and I'll be right back. And we're back, everybody. Still on commercial break, but the Lions, in a dominant drive, have gotten all the way down the field, and they're taking care of business. Lions have gotten all the way down the field, and they're taking care of business. And it looks like we're we're gearing up here. It looked a little rough there to begin with, but the run game's getting back into it, and it's exciting stuff. All right. Sorry for flashing the Green Bay overlay there. Lions are playing the Texans at the Texans' house, and that's going to be Laporta with one of his receiving touchdowns of the year. And we're going to kick it away here. Bates is just going to put it out the back of the end zone. And so we're going to get started here with 10 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And we're going to get back on defense here as the Detroit Lions take the field. Things that we need to see here. Again, we need to see pressure coming off the edge. That's specifically James Houston and Amelafanwu. Stroud under center, 1st and 10, back in the backfield. He's going to hand. It's going to be an end around. And we got a man in the backfield ready to meet him. And we're going to get a loss. The Texans are going to get a loss of about 5 in the play. It looked like a flea flicker of some kind, a trick play, but it did not work. Dell was met in the backfield with staunch resistance, and we were all over that. Dell was lucky to get just a 5-yard loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 16. Not sure what the plan was there, but he had nowhere to run. And the Detroit defense blew that one up. Stroud in the backfield, back to his right, 2nd and 16. Stroud takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw. He has plenty of time, airs it out, down the field, has a man open, and he is covered, and they throw the flag. They throw the flag. And can you guess who it's on? That's on Terrion Arnold. We talked about this before the game started. We cannot have the young man penalize the receivers all game long. I get he's a rookie, and a rookie cornerback at that. It's got to be one of the hardest positions to transition from college to the NFL. But he was all over him on this play. I'm going to take a look at the replay here. He stays with his man, and the ball was nowhere close, and he was just all over him. I mean, he basically gave him a hug before the ball got there. So that's rough. 1st and 10. It's a 41-yard penalty. It's a spot foul. They're at the Lions 35. Give to Mixon, who doesn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Arnold is going to kill us. Those kind of penalties are going to kill us. We gave him huge free yardage. Well, the Lions are stopping the run. I suppose that's good so far, but it's crucial penalties, man. You can't give those up. You just can't get those up. 2nd and 10 now. Stroud under center. Back in the backfield, Stroud looking to throw. Pressure's coming, having to move. Pitches it downfield, and he's met. That's Brian Branch with the crucial defensive coverage there. He never had a chance at catching that ball, and that's going to be a huge stop there. Looks like Khalid McNeil was the one that was getting home. He was double teamed, but shed both his man and was able to get up the middle. Held the whole time, of course, but he's the man that made Stroud move, and Brian Branch just murdered his receiver illegally, obviously legally murdered. Stroud in the backfield with the back to his right. That's Mixon. Stroud gives to Mixon, who is met in the backfield and is going to be dropped Wow. We're gonna have to see here, but he was met in the backfield and pushed way back. This may take him out of field goal range. And Aline McNeil is just dominating this offensive line. And it looks like they're going to try for it. 56-yard attempt. The kick is up. It has a good line. And it just barely has the distance. And so they're going to make this now a 7-13 game. Texans now with a 6-point lead, but the Detroit Lions have put up huge stops. Twice now. Another good showing by the defense. We talked about this earlier, though. Terry and Arnold was the biggest play the Texans had on that drive. Just throwing it to the receiver covered by Terry and Arnold gave him well over half the yards that they gained on that drive. It was brutal, man. It was absolutely brutal. And you know what? If I'm the Houston Texans, or if I'm any team that's playing the Detroit Lions, I'm figuring out every single play. I'm having one of the assistant coaches every single time, probably one of the DB assistant coaches, every time telling me where Arnold is, what matchup they have. And I'm telling my quarterback, throw it to the receiver that's matched up with Terry and Arnold. Throw it to the receiver that's matched up on, that has that matchup, because Terry and Arnold has a record in his rookie season of being all over the player he's trying to cover, all over him, and it's not just been a little bit; it's been kind of blatant. We have to give the kid some space. I know he's young. I know the cornerback position is incredibly difficult, especially for rookies transitioning into the NFL from the college level. But at some point, the coaching has to hit home, which is you can get the ball, you can place your hands on his waist, you keep it on the lower body to keep up with him. But at some point, you can't swat at the man's arms. You have to give him a chance to catch the ball. And then you can clobber him as much as you want. As much as you want. So anyway, it's just rough. I don't know how you fix it, because I'm not a football player. I'm not a football coach. But it's a problem. If you're leading the NFL, or at least close to leading the NFL in penalties, there's a coaching issue there. There's got to be a tendency. What about Terry and Arnold's tendencies are resulting in this? So, we'll see, man. We'll see. Looks like we're coming back from commercial break now. And the Lions offense is going to take over here. Texans are set to punt it away. Kick it away to the Lions. And the kick is away. It's going to be in the end zone. Lions are going to take a knee and get it at their own 30 to begin the drive. 7-13, and we are about, give or take, we are about 8 minutes till the end of the second quarter. And so we'll see where this goes. The pass from Goff to Laporta was just absolutely beautiful. Hit him in stride. Goff under center gives to Montgomery, who won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. If he does, it's just barely. It's going to be probably 2nd and 11. Second and 10 now. Montgomery is the back that's in play. Ben Johnson stroking his peach fuzz. 2nd and 10 now. Goff in the backfield. Montgomery to his right. Goff pointing out the defense, sends Amon-Ra in motion to his left. Goff elects to throw. Good pocket. He needs to get rid of the ball. He does. It's in the dirt, and that's going to bring up third down. Oh, but we have a flag on the play. Hold on. Zebras are active. Let's see what the flag is all about. That's going to be illegal use of hands on the pass rusher, getting him all up in Dan Skipper's face. That's going to be a first down, Lions. More penalties like that, please. More penalties like that. Penalty was on Dan Skipper. Goff's going to go under center. Montgomery in the backfield. Goff, reading the defense. Takes the ball. Looking to throw. Pass rusher's getting to him. He steps up. Ball got hit. Knocked up in the air. It's intercepted by the Texans. Oh, no. That's Goff's second interception of the day. Houston's in great field position again. The edge gets to him. Goff steps up, but the Texans defender just gets home, and on the tip drill, the Texans just get to it. Wow. Goff's been making some great decisions all season long. But that was not good. And Penei Sewell just got beat. Texans take over on the Lions 31. Tank Dell gets back to the line of scrimmage but won't get more than a yard. It's probably going to be second and 10. Brian Branch on the shoestring tackle. And if the Lions defense is able to hold, man, what a unit. What a unit this is. What a performance this is going to be by the defense. But the offense is just not clicking as it normally does. Okay. Second and 9 now. CJ Stroud in the backfield, back to his left. Stroud looking to throw. Throws it quickly. And that's his wide receiver. Good for a first down. He's going to get a gain of just about to the 25-yard line. It's going to bring a first down for Houston. Ugh. These turnovers are going to kill us, man. They're just going to kill us. They're just going to kill us. I'd rather Goff take a sack any day than try to make something happen and make a stupid mistake. Trying to play hero ball. It's only a one-score game. First and 10 now at the Lions 25. Stroud in the backfield alone. Stroud takes the snap. Looking to throw. And hits his receiver across the middle. It's going to be good for a gain of about 9. It's going to bring up second and short for the Texans. Oh, boy. Stroud hands it off. Man gets up the middle, but it's met by Kirby Joseph. And it's going to be a first down for Houston. It's first and 10 now for the Texans. They're at the 11-yard line, so it might as well be first and goal. Stroud under center. Sends him in motion. Tosses to his back. Mixon gets to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a yard short, actually. It'll bring up second down. 2nd and 10 now for Detroit. For Houston. Apologies. It's on the 11-yard line, so it might as well be 2nd and goal. CJ Stroud in the backfield with it back to his left. Stroud takes the snap, looks to throw, and has to dump it off, but he misses the throw. Pressure was actually getting to Stroud that time, but he got the ball off. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now. Looks like the pressure actually got home there. That pocket kept getting smaller and smaller, and good on the Lions secondary to lock down the receivers. 3rd and 10 now. It's a big 3rd down. Stroud in the backfield with the back to his right. Stroud is going to take the snap. Looks to throw, of course. Scans the field. Steps up. He might run here, but he tosses it to the back of the end zone, and it's dropped. Lions hold off the Texans from getting in the end zone again. That's the Texans' 3rd trip to the red zone and an unsuccessful attempt to score a touchdown. They're going to send out the field goal unit, 4th and 10 for the Texans. Huge play by the Detroit Lions defense, who's just scraping by to keep them in this game. Secondary was to thank there, and we're getting pressure. The quarterback is getting displaced from his pocket, and so they're going to have to go for the 29-yard field goal attempt. Absolutely huge. This defense, the difference between this year and last is just staunch. It's just not even comparable. The secondary is so stout, and this is an elite quarterback. CJ Stroud is an elite quarterback, and you know what? We're dealing with him. In Detroit, especially last year, if you remember the game against the Ravens last year, Lamar Jackson, probably the most athletic and mobile quarterback in the league, second to none, tore us apart. We could never get to him. And just against mobile quarterbacks in general, Detroit has struggled in the past. But you're seeing a mobile quarterback whose options are no longer there. Even though they're getting out of the pocket, the secondary is staying strong. And so it's just been excellent to see. Absolutely cool. Absolutely excellent. All right, so this Lions offense is going to need to respond in kind. Another interception, I'm comfortable to say, is a nail in the coffin. Well, again, we haven't seen a lot from Amon-Ra St. Brown so far this game. We've seen Goff hit Williams over the middle a couple of different times. We saw him reach Laporta in the end zone for the first touchdown the Lions had of the game. But otherwise, Amon-Ra's been quiet tonight. And Amon-Ra is a fighter. He's going to be putting up blocks. And so there's no question he's still a factor in this offense. There's no question about that. But the question is receptions. We need some receptions out of him. And so we'll see how this goes. We're currently on a commercial break. I am going to go get a quick glass of water. I'll be right back. And we're back. Texans are going to kick it away here. And it's going to be received in the end zone. Lions are going to take a knee and start on their own 30. So unlike the Texans, the Lions haven't had the luxury of great field position for most of the game. Um, and we're just going to have to see this offense get in rhythm. 2 interceptions is unacceptable. You know, one of the primary indicators for who loses and who wins a football game is interceptions. If we throw another interception tonight, and I know the 2 interceptions haven't really been his fault, kind of. It'll be a nail in the coffin. Montgomery gets up the center, and it'll only be good for about 1 or 2 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8. And I'd like to see Gibbs back in the game. Gibbs is one of the most electric backs in the league. You know, he doesn't have all the fancy yards, all the fancy stats, partially because he has to split carries with Montgomery. But I'd like to see more of him. Nothing against Montgomery. They're both great backs. I just like Gibbs' potential. Goff under center with Montgomery in the backfield. Goff fakes the handoff, has to get rid of it quickly, and he does. Because pressure was coming off the edge way too quick. I don't know if that was a screen, but the guy was unblocked. And Goff just gets it away. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Third and 8 now for the Lions on their own 32. Goff in the backfield with Gibbs to his left. Goff takes a snap, looks to throw. Pressure's coming. Gets it off, and it's at his feet. It's going to bring up 4th and 8. 3 now for the Lions. They're going to elect to punt here. Lions are going to have to make some adjustments at the half here. Going to have to make some adjustments. And pressure got to Goff again. One of the gentlemen got to his jersey. And the offensive line has shown some weakness tonight. Big hit on the return man who gets up to about the 33 of Houston. That's Sione Vaki, the rookie for the Lions. Special teams artist. Huge hit. Ooh. Excellent hit. And that'll fire up your team. Well, the Detroit Lions are now going to start, I believe, their 2nd drive in not terrible field position. And hopefully we can get the Texans to go 3 and out here. If the defense is able to get the Texans to go 3 and out again, they're honestly overperforming. I mean, and when I mean overperforming, I just mean they're beginning to expand my expectations of what's possible for this defense. The fact of the matter is, the Texans have been held to a field goal now on 2 or 3 separate drives now when they've gotten down into the red zone. That's fantastic. I mean, this game could be very easily 7-28. Now it's still not great at 7-16, but it's certainly more manageable. The offense is capable of getting back in this game, but the Texans' pass rush has simply been getting home. Goff is uncomfortable. We haven't had time to throw the ball, and they're stopping the run. So they're doing all the things they need to do as of right now to get it done against the Lions. So we'll see how they make these adjustments. We'll see what they have to do. And now we're going to go back on defense. My eyes are on Terrion Arnold, making sure that our rookie cornerback doesn't make any unnecessary penalties and give the Texans huge yardage like he did in the first quarter. And I'd also like to see some pass rush. I mean, we're making C.J. Stroud uncomfortable, no question. He's had to get out of the pocket now a couple of times. And so I think I think the Lions are going to be all right. I think they're going to be fine. We just need to see that pass rush get generated. Aleen McNeil has been overperforming. I'd love to see him get a solo sack. It's totally possible. We'll be right back after this commercial break. I'm going to go get another glass of water. Texans are going to take over now. Mixon was heated on the sideline, slamming his Windows iPad, whatever that bullshit is, onto the bench. He's obviously upset, and so we'll see. We'll see where this goes. 1st and 10 now for Houston. They're going to start on their own 33. Texans with Stroud under center. Stroud takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Mixon. Looks to throw. Pressure's coming. And that's going to be... He's going to get it away. Is that intercepted? Well, hang on now. There's a few questions. First off, did the ball hit the ground before the Lions scooped it up? And it looks like O'Connor was it there for the sack? So they did not get the interception. The question is, was Stroud's knee down before he got the ball out? And it looks like it was. That's going to be a sack for O'Connor for about 6 or 7 yards. The challenge flag was a little reckless, but it was not counted because replay assist showed that the quarterback was sacked before he got the ball out. 3 minutes to go now in the second quarter. Lions can get this ball and still score. It's now 2nd and 22 for the Texans at their own 21. Stroud hands it to Mixon, who's met at the line of scrimmage and gets no gain. Maybe a gain of 1. It's 3rd down now. Third and 21 now for the Houston Texans. At their own 22, Stroud in the backfield with the back to his right. Stroud takes the snap, looks to throw, of course. There's a screen pass to the wide receiver, but it gets absolutely annihilated. The Lions were all over it, and they're going to have a loss of about 5 or 6 on that play. Practically backed up into their own end zone. They're going to send out the punting unit, and Aaron Glenn is fired up and has his squad rolling over these Texans. And the Lions are overperforming. They're overperforming. Stroud is struggling against this Lions defense, and they're certainly not blocking their wide receivers very well. Lions get the ball. And so, another excellent defensive showing for the Detroit Lions. I'm honestly astounded. The pass rush is getting home. Stroud looks uncomfortable. He's not able to find open targets. You know what? They say you need 1 or 2 things to make a remarkable defense remarkable. You need an excellent pass rush or excellent secondary. Both feed into each other. If you have an excellent pass rush, it allows the secondary to not have to maintain coverage for nearly as long. If you have an excellent secondary, you give the pass rush more time to get home to the quarterback. I think what we're seeing is a bit of both. I think it's more so the secondary than it is the pass rush right now. But when Aiden Hutchinson was in, it was a different story. But I think the secondary has solid coverage, or Stroud isn't finding his guys. The secondary is giving our pass rush, which without Hutch is not the greatest, more time to get to Stroud. And Stroud, since he's getting through his reads and he's not finding anyone downfield, has to hold on to that ball. And we're just gives us time to get to him. I think that's what we're seeing here. It's probably more so a combination of both. You're probably seeing a bit of both because O'Connor got to Stroud pretty fast on the 3rd down. But it's excellent. What we're seeing is just absolutely excellent. Wow. So, Lions are going to take over. We got about 3 minutes left in the second quarter, which is plenty of time to get down the field and score some points. Even a field goal here would be excellent. I'd love to see a touchdown, but just to get this within 1 score would be huge. Houston is set to receive the ball at the end of the quarter, and so I think we need to see some We need to see some production in that regard. Just something, some points on the board. Just because Houston's going to get the ball at the beginning of the third quarter. If we stay down by one score at that time, we then give the Houston Texans a fresh opportunity to go up by 2 scores. I think if that happens, our chances of winning the game decrease dramatically. If we're able to score and get it down within even 4 points here, well, not 4 points rather, but 6 points here, I think that'd be huge. I think that'd be absolutely huge. 4th and 25 now. Houston's going to punt it away. Two minutes left on the clock. Houston gets the punt away. It's a good punt. Khalif Raymond gets it at their 20, makes the first man mix. No, he does not. He gets the ankle. They get the ankle tackle, and that's going to be Lions ball at their own 20-ish. So huge punt by the Texans. Huge punt and a huge tackle by the Texans. 1 minute and 51 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And Jared Goff is and the Lions are going to need to get some something rolling here fast. Goff in the backfield with Gibbs to his right. Goff taps his helmet, adjusts the play. Goff takes a snap, hands to Gibbs, who gets up the middle, and will get a yard. Looks like the Lions are going to run the clock here. It looks like the Lions are not valuing the time they have between now and when they got to go to the locker room. So it looks like they're going to take the score into the locker room. Second and 9 now. Goff in the backfield with Gibbs to his left. Goff hands to Gibbs, who gets up the middle and will get a yard. Houston takes a timeout. It's now 1:09 and third down for the Lions. Goff in the backfield with Gibbs to his left now. Goff. It's 3rd and 8. Plenty of time left on the clock for the Texans to score if they get the ball back. Texans bring pressure. Goff throws, and he's hit as he throws, so it's going to land at Laporta's feet. Going to bring up 4th and 8 with a minute now for the Texans. I don't know what the play calling is there. If we're trying to get more, trying to force Gibbs up the middle and get to the first down. But I don't know what that was, but it was dumb. From the eye test, it looks stupid. We had an opportunity to at least keep the ball out of the Texans' hands. We don't throw until 3rd down. The D-line has been dominating our run game. I don't get this. If this is a fake punt, I'm going to flip my lid. Jack Fox gets it away. It's off his foot. It's going to go all the way to the 20. And the Texan, he makes a miss, and it's going to get brought down to his own 33. So Texans are going to take over now, 1st and 10 with 54 seconds left to go. And the Texans are going to get a shot to increase the score here. We'll see if they go for it. They're certainly going to be ballsier than the Lions if they do. So my initial reaction to this game, something that I'm really surprised by, is both of these teams, the Lions and the Texans, are both incredibly efficient when it comes to their run games. Incredibly efficient and effective. We'll talk more about this at the half. C.J. Stroud in the backfield by himself, then summons the back to his right. Stroud looks to throw. Detroit does not bring pressure. He gets it to his wide receiver, who gets met before the first down marker. And it's going to run the clock here. It's 40 seconds on the game clock. Texans are rushing here. Lions are not quite set. Stroud in the backfield, back to his left. He's looking to throw. Gets it downfield, across the middle. Finds his man at the 35 to the 32, where he gets met by Brian Branch. And they are now within field goal range. The Texans might be able to add some points before the end of the half. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Lions brought pressure, but the O-line for the Houston Texans just held strong. Wow. They're picking us apart. Houston with no timeouts remaining. There's now 29 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10. They're well within Lions territory. I think about down to the 30. First and 10 now for the Texans at the Lions 32. Stroud in the backfield, back to his right. Stroud takes a snap, looks to throw, has plenty of time, airs it out, and has a receiver at the sideline. That's going to be down to the Lions 14. Huge gain on the play. It's a Houston Texans first down. 25 seconds left to go on the game clock here. And the Detroit defense, which has been stellar so far, is now getting picked apart by C.J. Stroud, who's showing to be the superior quarterback. First and 10 for the Texans. Stroud in the backfield, back to his left. Detroit is not showing pressure. They bring 4. Stroud is looking to throw. Airs it out in the end zone. Overthrew his man. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now with 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Still plenty of time for the Houston Texans to score. We've got to hold them to a field goal here. They get the ball at the beginning of the third quarter. We have to hold them here. Lions look gassed, but they have to hold on. 2nd and 10 for the Texans at the Lions 15. Stroud in the backfield, back to his left. Stroud looks to throw, fires quickly to the sideline. His receiver drops it. Hit Tank down in the hands, but he drops it. It may have been a bit far out in front of him. But that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now. Lions defense holding strong. Stroud in the backfield with the back to his left. 3 receivers on his left side. It's 3rd and 10. This is their last shot at the end zone. Stroud looks to throw, of course, and fires one across the middle. And he has his man. Touchdown, Texans. That may not be the nail in the coffin, but it sure is close. Texans are going to go up at the end of the first half here now by 3 scores. And that's exactly what I said it can't happen. Can't happen. Absolutely unacceptable. But it happened, so the Texans are going to go up by 23 points. That's not what you want to see. Field goal is up, and it is good. 7-23 now. Lions go into the locker room, or they likely will here in a second. Now back 3 different scores. So this is a huge, huge play for them. Picking us apart in the middle of the field. Brian Branch was on the coverage, and he got drawn out by one of the receivers. Terry Arnold had his arm in there on the coverage. It was pretty good coverage, but they just the receiver hung on to it, and it was a great grab. It's a great grab. Well, the Texans are showing out here at home. No question about that. Oh, it just feels like the wind's been taken out of your sails. Kicks away. 12 seconds left to go in the second quarter here. Lions are going to receive it in their end zone, take a knee. Drive is going to start at their own 30-yard line. I'm sure they're not going to do anything with it, though. They're going to go into the locker room and try to diagnose why they're getting their butt kicked. Goff is in the backfield. Lions do not indicate that they're going to go into the half quietly here. Lions, Goff steps back, has a clean pocket, fires across the middle. Amon-Ross caught it at the 45-yard line. Detroit Lions are going to call a timeout. It's going to leave about 4 seconds left on the clock at their own 45. Not much really doing here, unless they can figure out how to get a dagger out of bounds. The Detroit sidelines looking defeated. They're down by 3 scores, looking a bit gassed. I'm assuming those are your defensive linemen. So Darius Smith is trying to get hype the guys up, doing a bit of coaching, talking to them. Man, I can't wait to have him on the field. I think he's going to be a game wrecker for the Lions. 1st and 10 here now from the 45 for the Detroit Lions. Goff in the backfield alone, has all his wide receivers out. Texans are playing safe coverage here. They got 6 seconds on the clock. Goff looks to throw. Throws into the ground. 2 seconds left. And they're going to try to throw it to the end zone from what it looks like. Goff stays out on the field. 2nd and 10 here. 2 seconds left to go here in the second half. Texans are playing real deep coverage. Looks like the Lions are going to try to Hail Mary it here. I don't know how I feel about this. I'd rather just take the score into the locker room as it is. Goff scrambles out to his left. He's going to fire it down the field. And it gets intercepted. Three interceptions for Goff in this first half. And as we talked about earlier, the turnover battle is really going to be what kills this team. So, Houston Texans are going to get the ball at the beginning of the second half. And after a short break, I'm going to come back and give you my thoughts on the first half, strengths, weaknesses, highlights, things that I think both of these teams are doing well, things that I think could be improved upon. We'll be right back with that analysis. Okay, well, we're back now. I just want to talk real quickly about what I've seen since the end of halftime. And we'll do that real quick here. I'm going to adjust Q2 to reflect that we are in the halftime period. Um, Give me 1 second. Just 1 second. And we're at halftime. So, my halftime analysis. Things that I've seen. I'm going to start with the Detroit Lions, as we always do, and then we're going to move into the Texans. First and foremost, from the Detroit offense, I've really seen the offense struggle in a number of different areas. First off, we're struggling to run the ball. Jahmyr Gibbs has been somewhat efficient, getting about 4 yards a carry so far in the first half. But other than that, we've been met at the line of scrimmage pretty much every time we've run the ball. And that's pretty exceptional for the Texans defense. I mean, this Lions team has been running extraordinarily well all year. And the fact that they've been able to hold the Detroit Lions pretty well in the first half is exceptional. Of course, you have to note Goff's 3 interceptions. This is a lot. Some of these are exceptionally bad because they've been forced because of pressure. Goff's throwing 3 interceptions. His first interception was a tip by the edge rusher that was scooped up by the defensive back. The second one was, of course, tipped at the line and then bobbled and then recovered by the defensive back. And then the third one, obviously, on the Hail Mary to the end zone at the end of the first half for the Lions. Goff had throwing 3 interceptions. Not a great indication for what's going to happen into this second half of this football game. I don't love the fact that we've have that kind of production. It's such a stark difference compared to what we've seen from Goff in the last 6 games. I'm kind of seeing some old Goff right now, and a lot of people I think are going to say that they're starting to see some old Goff here. And it's not like he's playing outdoors, even though they do have the roof open today. It's just not acceptable. You're not going to win football games with this kind of turnover ratio. We've had 0 takeaways on the Texans. They have 3 on us. Not good. I understand that the one leading into the half was kind of necessary, that Goff just had to air it out and hope that we could get some points on the board. The offense has been struggling. 7 points on the board at the end of the half is exceptional if you're the Texans defense. Now with the Lions defense, even though the scoreboard reflects 23-7, it could be so much worse. I think they've really stepped up. I mean, out of the first 4 trips to the red zone for C.J. Stroud and the Texans, 1 of those was a touchdown, and 3 of those were field goals. This scoreboard could be so much worse. I just want to reiterate that because I think it's true and I think it's important. The Lions defense has really stepped up and held the Texans to keep the offense in the game. Now the offense hasn't responded, but the defense has done what I think it realistically can to try to keep this game within reach. One big highlight, we talked about it earlier, Terrion Arnold keeping the penalties down has been huge. He had 1 big penalty in the first quarter that yielded like a 41-yard gain for the Texans early. Not great. But otherwise, aside from that 1 penalty, it's been quiet. There's been little to no penalties on the defense for any reason. So for that, I'm going to give Terrion Arnold for his performance so far a B. I think he's been doing well. I just, we keep talking about this. If you're one of the most penalized players in the league, there's something that needs to be coached there. There's a tendency. There's a habitual action. I know the game happens fast. I'm not a player myself, so I can't analyze all of that strictly, but you can look at the numbers and the amount of penalties that have happened since Terrion Arnold started his career at the Lions, and you have to say there's got to be something habitual we need to coach out of him. It seems like it's been working. Something that needs to be stressed is Terrion Arnold, gave the Texans a big gain with the 1 penalty he has had tonight. But other than that 1 penalty, he's been doing fine. The secondary has been stout. Something that I have been seeing, despite not having Aiden Hutchinson, the Lions have been generating pressure in C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud has had to roll out of the pocket a couple of times as the pocket has collapsed on him. The Lions have been getting home. And O'Connor has got a sack in this game. And not only that have they been generating pressure, the running game has been almost non-existent for the Texans tonight. The points that are on the board for the Texans are because of C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud being a great quarterback is why the Texans are leading this football game right now. Even though he's missing some of his offensive weapons, he's placing the ball excellently. And you can only expect our secondary to hold up for so long, especially against somebody like C.J. Stroud. But the defense's highlight so far is we've just contained the run. It's funny because the Lions offense and the Texans offense have both been incredibly efficient at running the ball. But for whatever reason, these two defenses have their running backs' numbers. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and Joe Mixon just haven't been effective, haven't been efficient. And you have to credit both defenses for that. Now to talk about more so the Texans offense. Like I said, C.J. Stroud is the whole reason this score is the way it is right now. He's the whole reason. The running game has been inefficient and ineffective. Joe Mixon was so frustrated that he was seen throwing his Windows tablet onto the bench because he's just not been effective. The Lions have stopped him. And so there's not much more I can ask the defense to do. There's not much more you can expect as a fan because we've been getting pressure and the secondary has been holding the Texans as much as they possibly can. But these interceptions in particular have been putting the Texans in great field position. There's only so much you can ask of your defense if the offense is just going to keep shooting it in the foot. And so Texans offense, C.J. Stroud is the whole reason this game is at 23-7 at this point. Now as the Texans defense, just to highlight what they've been doing, they've been holding the Lions run game. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery certainly both in the conversation for top 10, if not top 15, if not top 10 backs in this league. They've been held to pretty low yardage for their standard. And that's excellent. Good on the Texans defense. And the next thing is they're just getting pressure to Goff. I mean, I hope to get some more of these numbers in a summary video I can get up on YouTube later. But just from the eye test, just trying to tell you what I'm seeing now, Goff has been under pressure. Not only from design pressure, but from just 4 and 5, 4 and 4. Just the Texans are getting to him. And he's having to make some quick decisions, and some of them have been bad decisions, which led to 2 different interceptions, not counting the third interception, which was, of course, just before halftime. And so as it stands now, the Texans have been the better football team today. They're leading the turnover ratio percentage. They're leading in the amount of yards that have been gained. They're leading, of course, in the most important category, which is points on the board. And they're set to receive the ball at the beginning of the half. I don't know how much more we can expect out of this Lions defense. If the Texans get the run going and C.J. Stroud is half as effective as he has been so far, this game is over. So far, the Texans just have to manage the clock, play some wise offense, and this game is in the bag. It's not to say that the Lions' offense isn't capable of getting 30 points in the next 2 quarters. The fact of the matter is, the run game has not been effective. I don't think it will be for the rest of the game. And Goff is going to have to win this with his arm. Ultimately, the team that wins this football game today is going to come down to C.J. Stroud and Jared Goff. Now, who do you think is going to be able to put the team on their back and win this football game? All signs point so far to C.J. Stroud being the better quarterback. He has the better protection, and he's thrown less interceptions. He's making wiser decisions, and he's hitting his receivers in stride. Goff overthrew an open Jameson Williams in the second play of the game. So this could have been a very different game. This could be and I'm not saying the Lions can't come back, but if the trend continues, Lions are in trouble. Lions are in trouble. And with that summary, we're now at the start of the third quarter, and I'm going to adjust my scoreboard here to reflect that properly. Okay. Okay, so we are into the third quarter now, and Houston Texans are going to get the ball in just a few seconds here. But before they do, hopefully before they do, I'm going to get a glass of water. I'll be right back. Lions get an interception. Lions get an interception. I just got back. CJ Stroud throws his first interception of the game. Wow! Carlton Davis the third. Huge pick. And he just undercuts the route. It was a poorly thrown ball. I wanted to eat my muffin before I came back, but I can't. Carlton Davis intercepts the ball. And he sees this the whole way. Wow. Interception for the Detroit Lions. Let's get back in it now. Offense has got to pick up where the defense left off. Looks like New York has confirmed its interception. It looks like he was bobbling a little bit, but his hand was under it. So, good work. First and 10. Lions at the Texans 31. Goff under center, Montgomery in the backfield. Goff takes the snap, tosses to Montgomery, who gets past the line. He gets to the 25, to the 20, and he goes out of bounds. That's the run game that we need. That's the run game we need. Fantastic. First play of the game. They come out and they dominate in the run game. Keep it going, boys. First and 10 now. Ball at the Texans 19. Goff in the backfield, Montgomery to his left. Sends Amon-Ra in motion. Goff takes the snap, hands to Montgomery, who goes up the middle and is met with resistance, of course. It's going to bring up second and short now. Goff in the backfield with Gibbs to his right. Second and 11 now on their Texans 20. Goff looking to throw. Pressure coming. He gets it off and it's picked. It's picked. Try to get it to Laporta and it's picked off. It's picked off. Oh, it's 4 interceptions for Jared Goff tonight. And Laporta was there, but he just wasn't looking. Can't believe that. Goff throws another pick. It's not over, man, but it is not looking good. Just when they give you a slice of hope that they might get back in this game. can't believe that. I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say. I will say this. It's an AFC matchup. So is this game in the long run going to be super detrimental? No, because even if we lose this game, we're going to go 7-2. We'll still be one of the best teams in the NFC. If not still ranked number 1. I don't know that for sure. But it doesn't look great. Goff looks bad. He looks bad. That was a bad pick. So, I'll say this. It's an AFC matchup. This team, you won't see them until the Super Bowl. So, that's good. But it won't directly affect our NFC standings yet. But the Packers have a win over this team. So for some reason, the Packers make a run and they get it done. It could matter. So is it the worst loss ever? No. If it is a loss, it's not the worst ever, but it's bad. It's very bad. And the ball was nowhere near Laporta, by the way. Texans are going to start their drive on their own 1-yard line, as that's where the interception was made. Stroud under center with the back in the backfield. Lions bring pressure. And Joe Mixon just barely gets past the line for a gain of maybe 2. And Goff is seeing ghosts. Goff is seeing ghosts, and so am I. Because this is... he's thrown just as many interceptions tonight as he has in the first 8 games of the season. So he's doubled his interceptions in one night, one showing, which is just fantastic. CJ Stroud under center, fakes the handoff to Mixon, but it gets it down, and his receiver bumbles it. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now at their own 1. Or sorry, their own 2. Damn it, dude. Dan Campbell looked like he wanted to throw up there. So do I. Third and 9 now. Texans in their own end zone. Lions bring pressure. CJ Stroud directs a man who hits him in his hands. It's just off to his right, but he drops the ball. It's going to be 4th and 9 now. Texans are going to be punting from their own end zone. So the defense responds, bails us out. Let's see if we can keep the ball in our hands this time. Sorry, I don't mean to be so pessimistic, but 4 interceptions in a single game is, like I said, more interceptions than he's thrown in the first 8 weeks of this season. It just seems unacceptable. Punter is pushed up against his own end zone back line. It looks like the Lions are going to send as many men as they can. Punt is up and away. It's going to be a short punt. Get up to the 45. Raymond receives it up to the 45 to the 50. Past the 45, and it's going to start their drive at the Texans 43. And things are getting scrappy out there. But it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Lions at the Texans 45. We'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes. We have not seen this team behind like this before, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond. I'd like to see them get close. I do not think they can win, but I'd like to see them respond to strength. That'll be encouraging. Goff under center with Montgomery in the backfield. You can tell it's Montgomery because he wears tape on his outside of his arms. Goff hands to Montgomery, who doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, he gets to the line of scrimmage and powers forward for 5 yards. Fantastic. That's great. That's what we like to see. Oh, run game. Imagine that. And we have a Texans D end down on the field, I believe. There's a Texan down on the field. I don't know who it is. Sorry, Texan. If you're a Texans fan, I don't know who it is. I don't watch the Texans hardly ever. They're an AFC opponent that I rarely see. And we've never made it to the Super Bowl, so I wouldn't have seen you there either. Texans player is still down, and they're going to go to commercial break, so you're not missing a thing. 12:38 to go in the third quarter. Defense is keeping us in this game. I mean, it's encouraging to see this. At the very least, it's encouraging to see the defense keeping us in the football game. I am not thrilled with what we're seeing on offense. It's scary. I mean, I've said this before. I feel like we're watching Goff regress. I don't know if this is just the woes of playing from behind. But like I said just a few seconds ago, if we're going to play from behind, I'd like to see us at least play with some strength, some poise. Something that just gives me some confidence that this team won't crumble if we can't get 20 points or 25 points on the board in the first half. So we'll see. We will see. Anyway, hang on one second. I just have to do some live stream maintenance. Hang on. Testing. 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 Perfect. All right. I had to fix something with my audio there. Sorry if I've been a little quiet for most of the game. But we're back. And the Lions are going to start up again here as soon as the commercials end. You're not missing a thing. Stay with me. But if it's your first time here and you're enjoying what you're seeing, drop a like. And if you want to, even subscribe. I try to stream every Lions game that I can if I'm not working. Goff under center with a back in the backfield. Goff has a clean pocket, throws to the end zone. That's Laporta with the catch down to the 3-yard line. Holy crap! Fantastic. Wow. Fantastic. It's a big-time play. First and goal now for the Lions. Laporta in motion. Goff gives to Montgomery, who gets up the middle and gets into the end zone. And it's barely touched. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Whew, huge play. Looks like the Lions are going to go for 2 here. 2-point conversion. Goff gives to Montgomery. He's going to get up the middle, but will not get there. It's going to be 13 points here for the Detroit Lions. Ten-point game now. Lions get a huge touchdown when they need it most. Well, that's big. That is big. They keep Montgomery out of the end zone, though, for the 2-point conversion. Run game just isn't what it needs to be to win. Bates is at his own 30, getting ready to kick it away. Own 35, getting ready to kick it away. Jake Bates kicks it away. Kick is good, and it's going to be out the back of the end zone. Oh, it's going to take the touchback. Sorry, the Texans are going to receive it in their own end zone, take the touchback, and start at their own 30. Regardless of how this game goes, I said this earlier, the Lions just need to show their poise under pressure. They're behind. They're behind by a lot. But we don't need to win this football game. What I need to see as a fan is their ability under pressure to perform. To score when they're down. And if they can make the comeback, then great. If not, then fine. Texans try to foolishly run the ball, and they get to the line of scrimmage, and they get met with resistance immediately. That's kind of been the song and dance all game so far. Song and dance all game has been the Texans and Lions stopping each other's run games. It's going to be up to C.J. Stroud and Jared Goff to see who wins this football game. Let's Go Lions chants are in the stands. Lots of Lions fans seemingly showed up and showed out, and they're making some noise. Texans with the ball, 2nd and 9 at their own 31. C.J. Stroud in the backfield with the back to his left. He hands it to Mixon, who tries to get to the left side and gets met at the line of scrimmage, runs into his own guy, and really only gets a gain of about 1 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Houston Texans. Lions defense holding strong. That's Ben Neiman on the tackle. 3rd and 8 now. Let's Go Lion chants echoing through the stands. C.J. Stroud in the backfield with the back to his right. C.J. Stroud elects to throw. Gets through his reads. And finds a man in the middle to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. And he gets tackled at the 35. And the Texans have a 1st down. Crap. And the secondary that has been overperforming all game gives. Blitz was coming, so you're going to have something open over the middle. Anzalone loses his man, and he's just gone. 1st and 10 gives to Mixon, who gets to the 30 for a gain of about 5. C.J. Stroud now, with back into halfback behind him. Stroud takes a snap, fakes the give, looking to throw, and he's going to load up and throw downfield. He's got a man open, and he's picked! Picked in the end zone! Carlton Davis with his 2nd pick on the day! Saves this Detroit Lions offense, and we're back in it! Stroud gets it there way too late, and that's Stroud's 2nd pick of the day. Carlton Davis is eating this Texans offense alive. What a grab. And I think that's 6 turnovers now on the day between both of these teams. Whew. Wow. Wow, what a crazy game. And it's fantastic to see that the defense is just picking up where the offense is letting us down. The defense, with a huge stop, keeps us a 10-point game. The Lions are still in this game, but Goff is going to have to win us this game. That's worrisome, partially because in the one game we've lost so far this year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Goff was the man that had to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that game. He ended up throwing 55 times. I don't know how many throws he's going to have to end up completing this time, but it's going to be an interesting game. Goff's going to have to win it. I'm going to go get a quick glass of water, hopefully before the Lions start the next drive. I will be right back. Goff in the backfield tosses to Gibbs, who has some room to run, gets to the 25, and gets the first down, and he almost had a breakaway run. Were it not for the out-of-bound lines being where it is. Penei Sewell was the lead block, and the Lions are getting the run game going. Excuse me while I eat this delicious pumpkin muffin. Another Texans defender is down. And Mari Lassiter got rocked by Penei Sewell. A man. Jared Goff under center with a back to his back. Jared Goff takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Has a clean pocket. Loads up downfield. It's another pick. It's another pick.
This is a brutal game, man. Might as well, but just punted it right there. Honestly, this kind of game is shaking my confidence in Goff. Stroud under center with the back in the backfield. Amon-Ra's been quiet, by the way, too, so far. Stroud takes a snap, tosses to Mixon. Mixon gets to the edge and gets a gain of about 5 in the play, maybe 6. Seven picks so far today. But you know what's funny? Jared Goff hasn't been sacked today. But you know what he has done? He's thrown 5 interceptions. I don't know about you, but I would much rather have 5 sacks than 5 interceptions. And I think he's going to hear that from his coaches next week. CJ Stroud hands it off to Mixon, who gets up the middle, and it'll be just sort of a first down, but forward progress will likely give him 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and 2. It is now 3rd and short. 3rd and 1 now for the Texans. Still a 10-point game. Stroud under center with Mixon in the backfield. Lions look like they're loading the box. And they do. They bring pressure. Mixon gets through, though, and just barely gets 3 yards. But that'll be good enough for a first down. First and 10 now for the Texans, still well in their own territory. At the ball's at their own 38. Texans will have Stroud under center and Mixon in the backfield. Stroud takes the snap, gives to Mixon, who gets to the edge and gets hit by Carlton Davis, who is either frustrated or hurt. He looks hurt. Carlton Davis is down on the field. Flag was on the field. It looks like holding on the offense. Going to be first down again. Carlton Davis is hurt. He is down. But he's getting up under his own power. His helmet's not off. But something about his knee is hurting. And hurting bad. Nothing visibly looks bad. But he's going to walk off under his own power. Looks like Amik Robertson is going to take over for Carlton Davis. We're going to resume ball here after the Carlton Davis walked off under his own power. It's 1st and 20 now for Houston with 6 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. First and 20 now for the Texans. Stroud under center with the back to in the backfield. Stroud fakes the snap, looks to throw, dropped back, pressure coming, he's sacked! That's Aleem McNeil! And a 1st and 20 becomes the 2nd and close to 30. That's Aleem McNeil on the sack for a loss of 10. He was man on man, dominates his man, and gets to Stroud. And it was a clean play, no pass interference. He wrapped up the passer. And I don't know if that's a hip drop tackle, but it was a clean tackle. And takes a breather. And Aleem McNeil's now down. Crap. Lee McNeil's down. He finished the play, but he's shook up. Something going on with his jaw. And Detroit defenders are dropping like flies. Well, it's 2nd and 30. Second and 30 now. I'm not saying anything about the yardage because I could jinx it. Stroud hands it to Mixon, who's going to get up the middle for a gain of 4. Bring up 3rd and long. And Lee McNeil seems to still be working on the jaw on the sideline. He's pointing to his jawbone, the hinge right there. The right side of his face, the hinge. Third and 26 with CJ now in the backfield with the back to his left. Lions are playing off, but they give to Mixon. Mixon has some room to run, but he'll be well short of the first down. Sorry, that was not Mixon on the play. That was his name I won't dare pronounce. And they're looking forward. They're looking at McNeil's jaw now. It's 4th down, so they're going to have plenty of time to work on him. Houston's electing to punt. 4th and 15. Texans punt, and the punt's away, and the punt is good. Lions have blockers, so Khalif Raymond will get it at the 18 and try to take it up the left side. He'll get to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and go out of bounds at about the 35, but there's a flag on the play. 3:51 to go in the third quarter. We're nearing the end of the third quarter, so I'd love to make it a one-score game before the end of the third. And it looks like we got an illegal block in the back by 51. I don't know about that. But we got a long field to deal with now, and we'll see how this goes. I don't trust Goff at this point to not throw a pick. 5 in one game is a hell of a lot, and to have your confidence shaken like that, I don't trust that you won't throw another one. So, if for some reason somebody out there made a bet that Jared Goff is going to throw 6 picks in one game today, I think that's a pretty good looking bet right now. We're going to commercial break here. And the Lions defense, despite losing a few key players, Carlton Davis and Lee McNeil, back the Texans up, and they go 3 and out once again. Defenses, I've said this for most of the game so far, they're overperforming themselves. They're just stellar. And so we'll see what the offense can do. The defense is keeping them in this game, man. It's been incredible to see. And the Texans' running game is still not performing. I mean, they got a couple of different runs for decent yardage, but nothing meaningful. Really, the run game has just been quiet all the way around. No viewers yet today.
Oh, you're killing it.
Thanks.
I'm always viewing.
Thirteen and 23 now. Lions starting at their own 10-yard line. Goff under center with Montgomery in the backfield. Sending Amon-Ra in motion to the left side. Goff gives to Montgomery, who's going to get to the line of scrimmage but be tackled for a gain of about 1. That's been the story all game so far. Really, there's been only a few exceptions, but the Texans' run defense has just been too dominant. 2nd and 9 now at the Lions' 11. Goff in the backfield. Montgomery to his right. Sorry, Gibbs to his right. Goff fires into the dirt. And that's going to be 3rd and 9. Oh, and there's a flag down. We'll hold and let's see what the flag is here. Apparently there is no foul. So the flag must have slipped out of his pocket. Which happens, I guess. Apparently if that ball was catchable, there would have been pass interference. Goff in the backfield by himself. It's 3rd and 9 now. Texans showing pressure. Gibbs goes to Goff's left. Goff takes a snap. Texans bring 4 men. Goff dumps it off to Gibbs, who has open field in front of him. He's at the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Cuts it back. Gets to the 40. And gets tackled around the 45. Huge play for Gibbs. I want to see more of that player. I want to see more of him. He is fantastic. We need to see more of Gibbs. I love Montgomery. Montgomery's a great player. There's no question about that. But I want to see more of Gibbs. I think every Lions fan does. Nothing more dangerous than when Jahmyr Gibbs has open field in front of him. Goff under center with Gibbs in the backfield, halfback in front of Gibbs. Goff pitches to Gibbs. Gibbs hurdles his own man and only gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Sounds like Sam Laporta went out of the game with a shoulder injury. He's now questionable to return. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Laporta with a touchdown earlier in the day from a great throw from Goff and an uncharacteristic one as he was rolling out to his right. Goff sends Amon-Ra in motion. Goff gives to Gibbs, who gets to the line of scrimmage on the left side, but won't get more than 3 on the gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and a couple of yards. I'll tell you how many in a second. Gibbs walks himself out of the game. Montgomery's going to come in. Third and 7 now for the Lions. This is a big down. We're 1 minute and 16 seconds into the 3rd quarter here. I would say scoring is necessary at this point. Goff with the back to his right. Goff takes a snap. Gives to Montgomery, who gets a yard. You know, I'd say we should throw the ball, but Goff has thrown 5 interceptions today, so I don't know what we're supposed to do. We can't run the ball. We can't throw the ball. I guess we're not scoring. I guess that's just the way it is. I guess that's the reality of this game. Is we can't run the ball. We can't throw the ball. We're not going to win. We won't win with that kind of result. Jack Fox gets the kick away. And the fair catch called by the Texans. Going to start the next drive at their own 9. Montgomery looked hurt at the end of the play. First and 10 now from the Texans, starting at their own 9-yard line. Stroud in the backfield with the back to his right. Stroud takes the snap, looking to throw. He backs up into his own end zone, but gets the ball off and hits his tight end in the hands, but just goes in the breadbasket and out. It's going to bring up second and 10. Jack Campbell on the coverage. Second and 10 now for Houston. Big defensive drive coming up here for the Lions. Stroud in the backfield, back to his left. Stroud whips it out to his tight end, who just barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's not his tight end, sorry, the receiver, Woods, who just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. And Amik Robinson on the tackle, it'll bring third and long. And it looks like they're going to go to commercial break before the third down for the Texans. While they go to the commercial break, I'm going to take a second to talk about scores from around the league, things that surprised me in my analysis from the Sunday of football that we've had and been blessed with so far today. Panthers best the Giants in a nobody cares game over in Germany, 20-17. Patriots clobber the, struggling Bears at this point. I mean, you have a rookie quarterback. I don't really know what else you expect out of him. He's going to have his ups. He's going to have his downs. I think Caleb Williams is a great quarterback, but he needs time to develop. I mean, when we look at Jaden Daniels and we look at C.J. Stroud, you're looking at the exceptions to the rule. Generally, your rookie quarterback, your first year in the NFL, going to take time. A lot of his athleticism that Caleb Williams used in college to his benefit isn't translating over to the NFL. Guys are quicker, guys are faster, guys are bigger. Caleb Williams is going to have to become more of a pocket passer and use his legs a bit more, but he's ultimately going to need to be a quarterback with his arm. Doesn't have the athleticism of a Jaden Daniels or a Lamar Jackson to be able to bail himself out. He has more like the athleticism of a Patty Mahomes without all of the proven snaps. That being said, 19-3, Bears lose. Not a surprise, but that's a win for the Lions. Anytime you see your NFC North rivals take a loss, that's a win for us. And I believe that puts the Bears below 500 at 4-5. 49ers best the Buccaneers, 23-20 in a close game. No real surprise there. Both of those teams are a little bit hurt, a little bit beat up. Both of them are not playing their best football as of late. And so it was going to be a close match. You really could have flipped a coin and could have gone either way. Chiefs barely eke by the Broncos in their own stadium, the Chiefs Stadium, Arrowhead, 16-14. Watched this game. It was a bad game. Patrick Mahomes did not play well, and Bo Nix played about as average as a rookie quarterback is going to play. Both of these quarterbacks made terrific throws. Both of these defenses stepped up when it needed to happen. It was a pretty boring game. But the Chiefs just barely eke it by because they block a field goal at the end of regulation. Broncos should have won that game, but the Chiefs made Chiefs magic happen. That's how it goes. Bills beat the Colts 30-20. I got nothing to say other than Josh Allen's going to be a better quarterback than Joe Flacco is. I think that's obvious. I think the Bills roster versus the Colts roster is otherwise fairly evenly matched, but there's a huge disparity at the quarterback position. We'll get to more scores at the next commercial break, but the Texans have taken the field and are going to start their next drive at their own 10-yard line. I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 9 at their own 10-yard line. They're not starting any drive. This is hopefully the end of their drive. Stroud in the backfield, looks to throw, throws over the middle, and it's batted down. Brian Branch breaks down the pass. It's going to bring up 4th and 9, and so the Texans are going to have to kick it away with the punter in their own end zone again. Goff is going to have to take the field and win this with his arm, which I don't trust. Houston, Texas punters in their own end zone. They're going to kick it away here. 5 seconds on the game clock. Cleve Raymond set to receive. Blocking is good. Cleve Raymond fair catch at the 36-yard line. Okay, Goff is going to start at their own 36 under center with Montgomery in the backfield. He's looking to throw, dumps it off to Montgomery, or tries to, but it ends up going in the dirt. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Well, if Detroit does lose today, they're still going to lead their division, as they'll be tied with the Minnesota Vikings at 7 and 2. And they have the tie-breaking game over them, and so that won't necessarily be a problem. Second and 10 now. Goff in the backfield with it back to his left. Goff takes the snap, looks to throw, has a clean pocket. Gets it to Amon-Ra for a gain of 8 on the play. It's going to make it 3rd and short here. Amon-Ra getting in this game finally. Now, to be fair to him, he's been double covered the whole night. I mean, they have put their best guy, and you have to. If you don't cover Amon-Ra St. Brown with the best guy you got, he's going to eat. And Jared Goff and him will tear you apart. Well, we'll see. 3rd and 1 now. Crucial drive here. I think if you're Dan Campbell, you got 2 more downs here to go for the first down. You got to go for it here. Goff in the backfield gives to Montgomery, who goes up the middle and is going to be short by probably about a yard. It's a generous spot. First down, Lions, as marked by the... Yeah, it's 1st and 10. 1st and 10. I don't know if they quite got there, but let's see here on the replay. I think he's going to be short. But whatever. Lions have been against us the refs have been against us for so long. I don't mind that it swings our way occasionally. Goff under center, Montgomery in the backfield. Goff gives to Montgomery, who's up the middle for a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and mid. Sorry, football's still on the Texans side. That's not what we want. Second and 6 now. Goff under center with Montgomery in the backfield. Goff sends out Cleve Raymond in motion. Goff fakes the give, and he's going to whip it across the middle. It's a duck, but holy crap. Williams got nailed from the front and behind, but he hung on to it. He is rocked. Holy crap. He gets nailed from the front and the back. Oh, God, and he's down. Holy crap. That's one of the hardest. And Goff took a hit, too. People are clapping and cheering, but I can't see if Williams is walking off under his own power. And they're saying they should have called a foul on the Texans defender for hitting Goff in the head with his helmet. But it is what it is. I don't like the roughing the passer penalty anyway. I think more than anything it was a late hit. Williams was rocked. He still has his helmet on. He'll probably be back in, but he was rocked. Goff under center with Montgomery in the backfield. They're in striking range. Goff gets this ball to Montgomery. He's to the 25, to the 20. Montgomery makes a man miss. It gets to the 10 and runs out of bounds. It was a screen pass to Montgomery. The defenders flew by him, and the Lions are within scoring range. How's my volume? Am I too loud?
I mean, it sounds loud in here, but are you going into the yellow at all?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in the yellow whenever I raise my voice. If I'm not, like here, I'm in the yellow. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. On a gain of 24, to me first and goal at the Houston 9. Amon-Ra in motion to the right. Goff gives to Amon-Ra, who has blockers in front, to the 5. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. I've been critical all night, saying that he wasn't getting involved. And when the clutch situation comes down, you give the ball to him. He's your man. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets the catch, makes a man miss, and just powers it into the end zone. Touchdown. And who's leading the way with the lead block? Penei Sewell. Jake Bates is going to kick the field goal and make this a 3-point game. 11:38 to go in the fourth quarter. Bates, kick is up, and it is good. Oh, man. Let me adjust the scoreboard to reflect the 10-point game that the Lions now find themselves in. One thing I'll say for sure is they're doing exactly what I wanted to see on offense in the second half, which is stay poised, take your opportunities when they're given to you, and just move down the field. Move the ball. Jared Goff played like shit. Played like crap today. He's played like crap. But both of these quarterbacks have had pretty off days. Goff has had an exceptionally bad day. But despite that, we're completing passes. We're finding a way to move the ball. We're showing poise. And even though we're getting rocked out there, guys are falling. Guys are falling down to injury. We're getting rocked out there. But we're showing poise, and we're staying in this game. And that's all I want to see. They don't have to win this game for me. Or anybody for that matter. I'm glad I'm seeing some poise. I'm glad I'm seeing some people who aren't getting desperate. We're sticking to what works. And it's good stuff, man. It's great stuff. As a Lions fan, I'm excited to see the tenacity. And not just watch this Texans team run away with the game. It's exciting to see. And there are so many different opportunities they could have ran away with this ball game and made this a 50-burger. But our defense is keeping us in it. It's exceptional to see. We'll be back after the commercial break. You're not missing a thing. Stay tuned here with Armchair Quarterback. Okay, this is a big round here. Defense has been doing it all night, but we need to get another stop. We need to get another stop. 1st and 10 for the Texans now at their own 30. Stroud under center with the back in the backfield. That's Mixon. Stroud sends a man in motion to the right. Stroud fakes the pitch, looking to throw. Man is in front of Stroud there. He gets it all across the middle, and it's completed for a gain of about 16 or 17. First and 10 now for Houston. CJ Stroud is in the backfield. Back to his back. Stroud gives to Mixon, who tries to get up the center, but will be met at the line of scrimmage, as he has been all night. You won't get a gain at all on that play. I think you may have even lost a yard. If there's anywhere that CJ Stroud has been extraordinarily effective against the Lions tonight, it's been down across the middle. He's killed us across the middle. I don't know why that is. I don't know who's accountable for the coverage there. I know it's Jack Campbell often. I'm not sure where the weakness is there. We'll have to review the film to really understand what's happening there. But he's killed us across the middle. I get nervous every time he throws there because their guys have just been wide open. CJ Stroud under center with a back in the backfield. Stroud has a flag, and the officials are going to blow it dead. And that's going to be a false start on the offense. And boy, is that crowd loud. This may be an away game for the Lions, but crowd is loud. The Lions fans are getting loud in Houston. It's a close game. 2nd and 15 now. Stroud under center with the back in the backfield. Stroud fakes the give. Looks to throw. Steps up across the pocket. Looks to run. And he'll slide down for a gain of probably 5. It's going to be a 3rd and long now. Stroud limping. A little rocked up. Not sure why or how, but... Oh, sorry, I got to move the football. It's the Texans' ball. Alim McNeil was getting home, but couldn't quite get there. Stroud in the backfield with the back to his right. We're looking at 3rd and 10 now at midfield. This is a big play. Could be the deep play that decides the game. Stroud steps back. Pressure comes. Blitz doesn't quite get home. Stroud's fighting for his life, runs into his own player. Ball stripped! But Houston falls on top of it. It's going to turn 3rd and 10 into more like 4th and 15. And the Texans are going to have no choice but to punt this ball away. Houston, you have a problem. These Detroit Lions are getting the ball back. That's James Houston on assisting with the sack. Pascal also gets home. Punter at his own 20, getting set to kick it away. 4th and 23. Punter, bad snap, but he gets it off. Khalif Raymond points out where the punt is going. And it's going to settle down at about the 16. Well, it's a big field for the Detroit Lions, but we have the ability to get it done. We're going to commercial break, so you are not missing a thing. I will be right back after the commercial break. And we are back. Thanks everyone who stuck with me through most of the game today. It's been a doozy. Offense has been sloppy, defense has been excellent, but sometimes that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Lions are going to take over now at their own 17. Goff gives to Gibbs, who finds an edge and gets the first down, turns the corner, and will get a few more yards. Huge gain for Gibbs, and he finds some daylight. And that's what I'm talking about. I love Gibbs as a back. I love him. Nothing against Montgomery here. I just personally love Gibbs. Gibbs has, as young as he is, such extraordinary explosive potential. Amon-Ra probably got away with a hold right there, by the way, but that's okay. Man, Gibbs turned it upfield, and we're now starting this next portion here at the 32. Goff steps back. Quick fire to Amon-Ra, who caught the ball and gets up to the 41-yard line, a little short of the first down. Going to bring up second down. Well, this game hasn't looked good. I mean, that much is certain, but the Lions are driving, and they're working it out. Amon-Ra's grimacing a little bit. Amon-Ra's in motion to the right side. Goff under center with Gibbs in the backfield. Goff gives to Gibbs, who works out to the right side and gets across the middle for the first down to the 50, to the 55. Almost turns the corner again. Gibbs with such explosive potential gets the first down. Houston, you have a problem. First and 10 now for the Lions. They're going to be at the Texans' 40-yard line-ish. 39. Goff under center. Gives to Gibbs, who's up the middle. Breaks a tackle and gets about 6 yards in the play. And this offensive line and running game is getting going. Jameson Williams is back on the field and seems to be walking around fine. It's not a surprise he went out, being that he got absolutely lit up. But he's back on the field, and he looks healthy, and he's looking fast. Goff goes back under center, and Gibbs is back in the backfield. Brock Wright is to Jared Goff's left. Goff tosses to Gibbs, who's going to meet resistance in the backfield, and is going to get dropped for a loss of 6 or 7, maybe more. I love Gibbs. I feel like you're trying to do too much there. Lions now on third down. It's going to be third and long. Third and 11, but still in field goal range. Goff in the backfield alone, but Montgomery joins him on his right side. Third and 11. Goff takes the snap. Houston brings 4. Goff gets the fire. Oh, Amon-Ra dropped the ball. It hits St. Brown in the hands, and he drops the ball. It's now 4th and 11. Let's see what Campbell tries to do here. Rare drop from Amon-Ra St. Brown. It was a little too far out in front of him. Goff's been off seemingly all day. Jake Bates is now going to go for the field goal here, 4th and 11. The young kicker is 12 of 12. 51 is his longest. And now it's a 58-yard for Jake Bates. Jake Bates. Oh my God! Just inside the right upright. He just barely made it in. Jake Bates, who was selling bricks in this very city just 9 months ago, makes the field goal to tie this game 23-23. Wow! That couldn't have been closer. You couldn't have put me between the ball and the goalpost, and it would have just bounced right off. I gotta adjust my scoreboard here to reflect a tie game here in Houston. Disappointing given the absolute dominant run game, but you know what? I'll take a tie game, especially with as bad of an offense as we've been playing today. To be in this game at all is a bit of a miracle. Excellent, 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 excellent. And we're back. Still on commercial break, so you're not missing a thing. But the Lions have tied this ball game up. Jake Bates with the 58-yard field goal. The gentleman was selling bricks here in Houston just 9 months ago before he got recruited by Detroit to come kick. Oh, I'm sorry, before he started kicking with the Panthers. Bates now gets to kick the kickoff, and he's going to kick it way out the back of the end zone. Texans receiver's going to make the catch and kneel down. It could not have been much closer. I mean, it was a great hold. It is insane how close it was. You couldn't have put a feather between the goalpost and the ball. Oh. 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 Oh, that's crazy. All right, 1st and 10 now for Stroud at his own 30. 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Stroud gives to Mixon, who tries to get up the middle, but of course, with a second effort, he gets a gain of about 4 or 5. CJ Stroud under center with the back in the backfield. 2nd and 6. Stroud fakes the give to Mixon, rolls out to his right, has a defender coming at him, and he throws, and it's gonna go incomplete. CJ Stroud threw into traffic and was under a lot of pressure. It's gonna be 3rd and 6 now for Houston. Lions defense coming up big again. It's 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go now in the fourth quarter. How long has it been like that? I don't know, but I haven't had it correct on our scoreboard for a while now. Four minutes, 17 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Lions pride getting loud in Houston, Texas at NRG Stadium. 3rd and 6. Stroud in the backfield, back to his left. Stroud takes a snap, looks to throw. Quick strike. And that's to Dell. And they're going to get the first down there. But it'll be for a gain of close to 6 or 7. And it looked like Terrion Arnold was on the coverage. No, it wasn't. Sorry. No, it was. Terry Arnold on the coverage. Stroud under center now, 1st and 10 at the Texans 43. Back in the backfield. Stroud gives to Mixon, who tries to go up the middle, but bounces out to the outside and meets resistance, but will power for a gain of probably 2 or 3 given forward progress. It's going to be 2nd down now. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Second and 8 now for the Texans at their own 48-yard line, give or take. At their own 45, second and 8. Stroud looks to throw. Quick strike out to his receiver, who has the 1st down. And that was Dell in motion. First and 10 now at the Lions 46. Just barely outside of field goal range. Stroud is out in the backfield. Gives to Mixon, who's going to run up the middle and get a gain of about 4 on the play as he dives forward. I don't care what the outcome of this game is. The fact that the Lions were able to bring it back to a tie score is something to be proud of, something to admire. They've done something that they haven't done so far this year, which was play from behind and bring it back. Regardless of how this game goes today, this is a mental win for the Detroit Lions. Not a column win, but it's a mental win. Stroud under center with the back in the backfield. Stroud takes the snap, gives to Mixon, who gets forward for maybe 2 or 3 yards, but is met with harsh resistance. It'll bring up 3rd down. And the 2-minute warning is commencing. We're going to go to commercial break. You're not missing a thing. We are still on commercial break, but I can run through some more NFL scores. We left off with the Bills beating the Colts 30-20. Not a real surprise. I explained earlier, Josh Allen is 2 times the quarterback that Joe Flacco is. No offense to Joe Flacco. He's had a great career, great quarterback. He still is a great quarterback. Just Josh Allen is one of the best, if not the best. Steelers just barely edged by the Commanders, 28-27. Anytime we can see an NFC rival lose to an AFC rival, That's a good game for us. And so the Commanders are going to take a loss. Vikings barely edged by the Jaguars 12-7 and probably one of the worst football games of the weekend. And the Saints barely best the Falcons 20-17. That's a surprise given that the Saints have been, well, crap. And the Falcons have been, well, inconsistent. 23-23 now, 2 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and 4. This is the biggest play of the whole game right here. Stroud in the backfield, back to his left. Stroud looks to throw. He's facing pressure and throws to the middle, but it's incomplete. Terry Arnold is on the ground and he is hurt. He's hurt. Terry Arnold's not still on the turf and he is hurt. Let's see what happened to Stroud here. Terry and Arnold. Arnold, I think, got hit by his own man, Alex Anzalone. And that's exactly what happened. And they're saying it should have been a foul on Terry Arnold, and I regret to say that they're probably right. they're right. That is way early contact. And Terry Arnold is walking off the field under his own power, and he's a little shaken up, but I don't think he's hurt permanently. Fourth and 4. And this kick, they're going to try to take the field goal here now. It's going to be 58 yards. 58-yard kick coming up now for the Texans. 1 minute, 56 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. This kick could decide the game. Fourth and 4, 58-yard field goal. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, it is away, and it is wide to the left, to the left, to the left. Houston, you have a kicking problem. And the Lions are going to take over on downs. 1 minute and 51 seconds left to go. Snap was a little high, it might have interrupted the tempo of the kicker, and it was not a good kick. It's wide left. Lions take over at the 48-yard line and just 10 or 15 more yards, and they're within field goal range. And Jake Bates, it could come down to him, and it likely will, as the Lions are going to look to bleed this clock as low as they can get it. 1st and 10. First and 10 now. Lions at their own 48. Goff in the backfield. Moving under center with Gibbs in the backfield. I love to see Gibbs in there. Goff gives to Gibbs, who goes up the middle. Gets a gain of about 4 on the play until he's brought down. Gets well past the line of scrimmage, and they're going to get to 1:46 on the clock. And Houston's going to call their first timeout. Second and 6 now for Detroit. Goff goes under center with Gibbs in the backfield. Second and 6 now. Texans aren't showing pressure, but they bring 5. They bring 6. They're blitzing. Gibbs will get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, he'll be just a little short It'll be 3rd and 7. It's going to be 1 minute and 40 seconds now. Houston's going to take their second timeout. Thank you to everyone who tuned in thus far and watched the whole game or part of the game or somewhere in between. I appreciate every single one of you. Drop a like if you like what you see, you like what you hear. Or if you feel the need, subscribe, as I try to upload more content and stream every game that I can if I'm not working. I love the Detroit Lions. I love my state of Michigan. And I love the people that are here. If you could help support me, I get to help support my family, help my community, and we can continue to do good work. 3rd and 6 now. One of the biggest plays of the whole game is here and now. Lions need to convert to get within field goal range, at least tangible field goal range. Goff in the backfield with Gibbs to his left. Goff takes a snap, looking to throw. Throws to the middle of the field, gets to Amon-Ra, who's got the first down. Our clutch receiver gets the first down when he needs to get it. And it'll be 1st and 10 now. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Texans are going to have to use their final timeout to stop this clock at 1 minute and 33 seconds. And that throw by Goff was on time and right where he needed to put it. It's a bit of a duck, though, I'll be honest. That was wobbly. But sometimes it doesn't need to look pretty. No timeouts remaining for the Houston Texans. 1 minute, 33 seconds to go for the Detroit Lions. It's 1st and 10. Lions are going to look to take care of the ball as we go down the stretch here. Lions break the huddle. 1st and 10 now. You can expect this ball to go to the back. Gibbs in the backfield. Goff gives to Gibbs, who goes up the middle, and will get maybe 2 or 3 yards with forward progress. I'll bring up 2nd down. Minute and 20 seconds left in regulation. This game is going to have to come down to the leg of Jake Bates. You couldn't write a movie script better than this one. Jake Bates, as many of you know, was selling bricks in this very city. And it looks like this football game is going to come down to whether or not he can kick the winning field goal. These Detroit Lions are going to try to get as close as they possibly can for Jake Bates, with Jared Goff under center and David Montgomery in the backfield. Montgomery gets the ball and will be met at the line of scrimmage, but fall forward for maybe 3 or 4 yards, but the whistle blew a little early there. 33 seconds to go. Jake Bates on the sideline. He looks like a dead man walking. He looks nervous as hell, and I would be too. It's 3rd and 7 now. Looks like Dan Campbell has asked for his timeout and is gonna get it with 1 second left on the clock. Jake Bates is going to have to kick this one through the uprights with 4 seconds left to go. All right, Jake Bates trots onto the field. This game is going to rest on his shoulders. A young man who's kicked a 61-yard field goal winner for the Michigan Panthers now in Houston has to kick about a 40-yard field goal for the win here. If he misses this kick, this game will go to overtime. Jake Bates, 52-yard field goal attempt on the left hash. This is for the win. Jake Bates, kick is up. Oh my gosh! It's right next to the left hash, the left pole, and he kicks the winning field goal. The Detroit Lions are leading, and they're gonna win. It's over, 26-3. Jake Bates with the winning field goal. He kicks it to the right, just barely to the right of the right upright, and then just barely to the left of the upright. This couldn't have had a more storybook ending, and this man is a hero in his hometown, but for the wrong team. Your Detroit Lions are winners at 26-23. Did they deserve it? Well, that is a question that I'll answer in our summary video, but a win is a win. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Jack Fox with the hold. And this kick, you couldn't put a feather between the upright and the ball. It is insane how close that is. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is going to end the stream. Lions win 26-23 after throwing 5 interceptions. And I couldn't be happier about it. They did exactly what I wanted to see out of them. They showed some tenacity. They showed their strength. They came back from a point differential of 7-23, scored all 16 points in the second half, and showed up and showed their tenacity, showed their grit. We're all about their culture, and they got it done. Houston, unable to get a single point in the second half. Credit goes to the defense today. As much as the offense did what they needed to do, Jake Bates and the defense are the stars of this Detroit Lions football game. They got it done, and proud of that young man. What a fantastic kick! I mean, he barely put it through twice, but you know what? That's a good way to end it. Lions win 26-23 in Houston. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like what you see here.